welcome everybody to PopWire.net. I'm here with the gorgeous, fabulous, mesmerizing, and alluring Taylor Hickson from Motherland, Fort Salem. How are you doing, Taylor?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed that for all the video interviews that I see you do, you're always like so bright and smiling and happy. What makes you happy? Like what in your life keeps you?
me. I'll show you.
Is it a dog? Oh my god! Oh, that is
My
adorable.
crusty little
What is his or her
child.
name?
Her name's Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah, she's a
Oh my
squirrel.
gosh, that's adorable. Hi, Ollie. How long have you had Ollie?
I've had Ollie now for a year and a half.
Oh, she's tired.
2 years, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's adorable. Okay, just hold her for the rest of the interview. I think that'll be
Yeah,
so
right?
cute. That'll make a great thumbnail too, right? Okay, so, and a lot of these questions were sent in by the fans. And a lot of the questions that they sent were questions that I was planning on asking anyway.
Okay, great.
So let's start with the personal questions. So Nicole and Phoenix, they want to know if there's anyone that you look up to that made you decide to pursue a career in acting.
Nicole and Phoenix. Thank you for asking such a brilliant question. Um, wow. I mean, I'd say my family friend who I dubbed my auntie. She's not my auntie by blood, but in my heart she is. She's actually the one who got me into acting. She's an actor herself. Her name's Leah Cairns. And she was the one who gave me the window, the opportunity. She coached me much along the way. And you know, she's been battling over the years with cancer and she's just so tough and still makes time for all of her family and her career. And you know, she didn't tell anyone for a long time and continued the last season of the show she was on and just pushed through it and put a wig on and no one noticed and put a smile on her face. And just that sort of strength and selflessness is just, it's admirable isn't even a suitable word. It's just like it's heroic and it's strong and it's just, yeah, it's something I majorly look up to. And it reminds me that, you know, whatever hardships I have throughout my day or throughout the years, that I have the power to keep going. And so I've been getting all these like little tattoos to remind me that I have control over things and to keep going.
Nice.
Yeah, very much. I'd love to learn to be more like her, grow up like her.
All right, so my next question is from Tanya and Brendan. They want to know what your favorite movies or TV shows are right now, besides your own, of course.
Tanya and Brendan, hello. I think I know which Brendan this is.
Oh, girl, he asked me so many damn
Oh,
questions.
bless his heart. He's a sweetie pie. I believe I've actually met him. He's the best.
Oh, nice.
So sweet. Okay. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV and movies, but like one thing I always go back to is just like my comfort characters. It's like when I have a stomach ache at night or if I'm having an anxiety attack, I put up New Girl. New Girl's definitely like my comfort characters. I love Twilight. I'm so sorry. I love Twilight. I watch
Nice.
way too much. I could probably quote the whole thing. Things like Harry Potter. I don't know. I love a lot of like sci-fi shows. I don't watch a lot of TV and movies, but I got sick not too long ago and I started watching True Blood
Oh,
because I had already killed Vampire Diaries and Twilight and I was like, I need something else. Like I'm in the
uh-huh.
mood. And yeah, so I've been watching True Blood and it's like a more rated R version of Vampire Diaries.
Mm. So for Twilight, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Everyone asks this.
Ah!
Oh, sorry. I'm Team Edward.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I've gone back and forth throughout the years, but it's my happy place.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a minute. Can you describe season 2 as a whole in 1 minute, starting now?
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. A lot happens. A lot of people pair up. I mean, like, if this is for people that haven't watched this, I'm so sorry. This is going to be bizarrely out of context. Um, it's powerful. You're seeing the girls come into their own and really learning how to craft, hone their craft, and possessing further strength and further sisterhood, and really embracing the divine feminine, and navigating what it means to them, and what feminine energy means to them, and the balance of masculine and feminine energy. So there's a lot of play with yin and yang this year, physically, emotionally, on and off screen. So that was something really interesting. There's a lot of plays on today's, I guess, the world's hardships in terms of like societal conflict and, the BLM movement. So we put a lot of spins in there as to what that would look like in the Motherland society. But I'm like going off on a ramble here. I'm so nervous. I don't
Okay,
know.
that's good. That was a minute. That's perfect.
Elliott's
Okay.
brain is too vast to fit into 60 seconds.
Right. Yes. You need at least like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, how would you describe season 2 Raelle? And Logan would like to know, how did you see Raelle's growth compared to last season?
Oh, Raelle's growth was exponential. Season 2, Ray, I mean, a lot of people caught this. We thought something should represent her change internally, something physical. So we kind of played around with her hair because, we were sort of limited as to what she could be wearing as she's in the army. So, and there isn't a whole lot of makeup. Like, we've gone in and out of makeup play, but it was quite subtle. But we thought something that would really demonstrate the strength that she's discovering within herself with her hair. So, as she's coming, and a lot of people notice, like, as she's coming more into her power, and she's embracing her own strength and her own path forward and her own future, and how to feel strong on her own and find purpose. We started to sort of pull the braids up as they become into ponytails, and we went from 4 to 3. So the braids are really representative of the army itself, because every girl wears them in some form or another, whether it's 3 or 16 or 1 braid even. And it is, we did play around with like what it means in terms of ranking, but it's also just, I guess, your support, where your support lies, and how much you push back. And strangely, I think Raelle had a bunch as in she resented it. And the more she comes into embracing what the army is and her place in it, she begins to soften. And we found that really representative of her physicality. But it's just been exponential as she learns to grow and trust and love herself. And I think that's where it starts, because you can't take care of other people until you're taking care of yourself and you're nurturing your inner self. And she's understanding now that she's not responsible for other people's choices and other people's feelings. And that's a really hard thing to grapple with, because you get frustrated when people don't react the way that you want them to, so it was so much push and pull with all of the characters last year. It's really beautiful to see her find a middle ground and, take a couple steps forward and a few steps back. And there's just that dance of finding balance and harmony with other people and in her interpersonal relationships. So
perfect. Okay. I'm so I'm so distracted because you're so pretty. You're so beautiful. Right? I'm like, I hear you talking, but the words are not like,
my ego,
are like,
man.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's gonna be so much bigger when I do this interview. Bless your heart. Thank you.
Okay, so my next 2 questions, something that everyone wants to know is about Scylla. Let's see, how was it like working with Amalia? I'm sure you've gotten this question so many times. Did you 2 do like a chemistry test before the series began, and what was that like? Because the chemistry is amazing.
First of all, I never get tired of talking about Amalia. So okay, awesome. As many questions as you want about her.
Okay.
About her all day.
Right.
Well, yeah, they did do a chemistry read with us, and they spent quite a bit of time. They'd swap out. So they'd swap us out. So they'd put a couple of us in a room together and then swap out a Raelle and then swap out Asila. And I remember feeling like, I was like, oh my God, like if they pick her, I'm screwed, because she just made me so nervous and she really caught me off guard in the room. And I think ultimately that was what worked because she was so confident and knew her place. And I was like, oh, Raelle's supposed to be like this cocky son of a bitch. And so I just couldn't do it around her. And but of course we only had the pilot script, so we never went on to see that, essentially what it became and how she does soften Raelle. And, who's to say that was or wasn't written before, but we all very much work as a collaborative team now. Like the writers and the actors seem to play off each other, which is super interesting as you get to know the rest of the team. But yeah, I remember walking out after, this was, I guess, on the second day when we were just doing our individual reads, or no, I think this was our chemistry reads. And I walked out and her and Demetria and another woman were sitting at another woman who had actually gone out for Anacostia were sitting at a table. And Demetria and Amalia said, hey, we just got our calls. We were like, we're still in the audition room, like, and you're sitting at what? You got a call already? And they're like, yeah, we got hired. And I'm going, oh my God, like I'm screwed, because this girl who freaked me the hell out is like, she's it. And the other person that was going out for Amalia's character was a friend of mine. And so it was a much easier rapport, because I think it was friendly, you know what I mean? But I think that's exactly what they were looking for, is just Raelle to be completely thrown off her horse and not knowing how to react or communicate with this person. And I ultimately, I think that's what drove the stake into the casting process.
Awesome. The two of you your characters were separated for like most of season 2. Can you explain what that was like for your character to not be able to see Scylla for that long period of time?
I mean, I think everyone can identify with the feeling of heartbreak. Being furious with yourself for wanting to see someone you know is bad for you, or you think doesn't have your best interests in mind, or someone who's repeatedly hurt you or lied to you. You just kick yourself for being like, why am I missing this person? Snap out of it. I know better. So you see her grappling with that, like in all these tiny moments, even when it's irrelevant, like even when she's speaking with her unit and just wandering in her woods, like her head's turning, her wheels are turning, and it's just like her thoughts just revert back to back where she was happy, back when she was dancing with Stella, back when she heard her say, I love you. Like everything that she ever thought about this person turned out to be a lie, or so she's convinced herself, because it's far easier to hate someone you're in love with than miss them. You know what I mean? So I think she just kept looking for ways to villainize her because it was easier to hate her than miss her. And ultimately she, of course, decided she kept missing her. But, she saw Scylla at the riot, and it was almost like a figment of her imagination. It was like a nightmare escape and a dream come true all in one. Yeah.
And then Anusha wanted to know, since the two of you were like not together like most of the season, do you get to like go on set to see her film, or like do you know what I mean, or vice versa? Or
I actually sorry about that. You said Anusha,
yeah.
Anusha, thank you. It's a great question. So Amalia decided one time that she was going to sneak on a set to see us, and she was swiftly booted out because of COVID.
Oh no.
And we threw a fit. We were like, we're back here. And so we had to get it like cleared through health and safety. And like, I think LA even got involved, and they were like, all right, she can go in and sit. But it's just, they were working so hard to keep us safe. And it worked. We were the only production, I think, at the time shooting in Vancouver that hadn't been shut down due to a positive case. So it's because of their diligence that we survived that long. But yeah, we missed her so sorely, and Demetria. My gosh, like their energies that you really feel. It feels like there's something missing when you've built that kind of rapport with people. But we were so grateful to have some fresh, beautiful new faces added to the bunch, and it just felt like our family grew a little bit larger. It was great.
Georgia wants to know, what do you love most about the whole Rayla relationship?
Oh, that's a hard question. Sorry, who asked that?
It's Georgia.
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 Named Georgia. One of my best friends named Georgia.
Oh, cute.
That's hard. Like personally, I would say uh, they've taught me so much about myself and representation in media, and just watching the way that Twitter and all of our viewers interact with their relationship and these characters. It's just like it's extended so far beyond just the work that we have fun doing and playing with each other. And it's just to see that many people touched and that many people connect with these characters, where it feels like some of these people were holding their breath until this came along, just blew my mind, because we didn't realize the gravity and the impact it would have on so many people. And so I think it was the learning process of that. And I guess it's really begun to direct where I take my career and my future. And it's become something that's really incredibly important to me. And I'm now finding this knowledge sort of like infused in all of the other side projects that I'm doing, whether it's in my music or I'm creating my own company. So it's really fueled a lot of the artistic vision in that. And I'm also writing scripts now. And it's just like, it's like just seeing the way that it's touched so many people just by having simple representation is now become a bit of a mission for me. And it's something that I'm constantly learning and growing around. And I just yeah, it's, to me, the point of life is meeting people and hearing their perspectives and stories, and yeah, it's the point. So it's like connecting to something that I didn't realize was a platform to connect to was really, really interesting to me, and it's really opened up this fire in my belly. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
You had mentioned that you were writing scripts. Do you think Elliot will let you maybe write a scene or an
Oh my
episode
God.
for the next season?
Right. I've never thought about that, but like, my goodness, maybe I'll show him my scripts and I'll just like, hey,
Right?
proofread this, like you. Oh, he's probably so busy. It's not even funny.
Have you
But
ever thought of maybe directing an episode? I think that would be pretty fun.
I can't even direct my life, so I a bunch of people. But I mean, I'd love to produce more on the creative side. So it's like, you have someone who's driving the ship, who's directing, and I can just be like, yeah, and also, but like, you do you, boo.
Right.
I only take control when I need to, when it's necessary. I'm not a leader by trade. I prefer to like listen, and then if I feel really strongly about something, then I pipe up. But it's like if people, I don't mind stepping into the leadership role, but I prefer my spotlight in other categories. So it's something that when people are natural born leaders, I like to just sit back and enjoy them doing the work that they're the best at. So directing is not something. It's something I think I romanticize, but I don't think it's something that would be put into practice very well.
Okay. Right. And we were talking about the whole Rayla thing. I got a few messages saying that there's a lot of lesbians who are calling you like an icon, and they say that for the rest of your career, you're going to be like an icon to them. How does that feel?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, if y'all met me in person, you'd be like, you what? Like, I'm just like such a simpy sap. Like it makes no sense that people I simp that hard for return it, basically. It's truly humbling. It's so beautiful to be recognized that way. I don't feel it's deserved at all, but I am incredibly honored and humbled that you put that much trust in me. So thank you. That's
Very
just
much well deserved. Yes.
beautiful outpouring of love.
You got to sing on the show, which was awesome. Sma wants to know, were you singing live or was it pre-recorded? And then also, can you briefly talk about working with Frederick?
Sama, sorry?
Sma.
Sma. Okay.
Sma.
Great question. It was pre-recorded. I shit myself recording in the studio. There was like a group of 10 people from Freeform in LA, just, kind of helping everything move along, and everyone had input, and it was all the directors down there, and oh my God, it was so scary, but it was so much fun. Frederick held my hand the whole time. He made sure we were so prepared. I have such a great bond with him. He is so, so special, and his life is a movie. Like the things he's done in his life and the places he's traveled and the people he's met, like he's lived many, many lives. He's a very, very old soul, and very wise, and just a very gentle but also passionate energy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a Leo, and he gives it. Most
Awesome.
beautiful. This is Frederick's energy.
Oh, beautiful.
It's just he's just like a sunburst, and in the most calming way. Like his presence is really something. Like this show has brought so many beautiful people into one center. It's a working that's beyond me.
Aside from you and Lynn, and then maybe the new girl who plays Penelope, were there any other actors on the show that used their real voices on the show?
So everyone did. What you hear when people are performing voice work, they're doing it on the day. So Frederick will coach anyone, singer, non-singer alike. Almost everyone was musically trained in some aspect. We really lucked out that way. But so everyone is actually performing on the day. Just in post, they will throw in all these crazy different sound effects,
Oh, okay.
reverberations, or like pitch up or down depending on what you're doing. But the core of your voice will always be somewhere in the mix, which is
Interesting.
so interesting because they build it around your sound.
That's awesome to
Yeah,
know.
super
Wow.
cool.
There was a video of you and Amalia that you posted of the two of you singing, and both of you guys have an amazing voice. Um, would it, I want to know if there's a chance that both of you guys will be able to sing on the show. And if so, what would be your song that you guys would want to sing to each other?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so sappy, but like probably a Taylor Swift song.
Yes. Which one?
Like,
You Belong With Me or something? Or
that'd be so great. I was thinking of more like her really sad stuff,
oh no.
like All Too Well or something, or like Begin Again.
Yes.
Or like Favorite Crime by Olivia Rodrigo. That's been like their anthem in my head for a while.
Okay. So not like Love Story or anything, right? Not that song.
But like also yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot of questions about this. Where I know this hasn't been like revealed or like possibly hasn't even been talked about from the writers, but everyone is wanting to know, where is Scylla's witch mark?
Okay.
Everyone.
I have a theory.
Okay.
So in my mind, my personal opinion, because I know everyone is very opinionated about this, I think in my mind, her zodiac sign is Scorpio. And Scorpio rules kind of like the hips, reproductive area,
Okay.
bottom, like all down there. So
right.
probably somewhere cute, like on her butt cheek, or like just in like the crease of the hip right here.
Okay.
Something like that. Like kind of where Raelle's would be, which I thought is kind of cute, that they would have some sort of like twin flame thing going on there. But
Awesome.
think Rails is like a little farther down.
Okay, so we're gonna play a quick game real quick. This one is actually Who Said It?
No. Okay.
I know you didn't prepare for this one, but like,
No, I didn't.
this is pretty simple though, okay? So the first quote is, shouldn't you be in bed, cousin?
Abigail.
Oh, yes. That was Abigail Bellwether in the series premiere titled Say the Words. And the second quote is, I'm sorry, actually, I'm not.
Scylla.
No.
No?
I'll give you another guess. I'm sorry, actually, I'm not.
Oh, that's Tally.
Yes, Tally in season 1, episode 9, Coop, when she goes to meet Garrett.
Yes.
And then
you're right. She goes, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not.
Right?
I can't. I heard her voice when you read it the second time. Yep, that's Jess.
Okay, the final two are from this season, so this one should be easier. This is America.
I want to say this. No.
This is America.
Scylla.
Yes.
Okay. I want to say General Alder, and I was like, no, I remember her eyes. I remember her eyes.
And this was in episode Not Our Daughters, when she and Anacostia go to the rally.
Right.
And the final one is, it's bad, and I think it's just the beginning. It's bad, and I think it's just the beginning.
Is there a repetition of characters used or no?
No. Like, what do you mean repetition?
Like, is there? Was it any of the characters we've said before?
No.
No. Okay.
It's bad, and it's just the beginning.
Is it M?
No. Think of like the main leads. It's bad, and I think it's just the beginning.
I wanted to say, Anacostia?
No.
I was gonna say Petra, but like, I didn't think it was General Alder. Is it General Alder?
No.
Who is it?
It's you.
Don't dox me like that. Oh my gosh. Oh, what?
So,
I said that.
yeah, it's actually from the season finale when Raelle is talking to Scylla on the phone. It's the most recent episode, girl.
You came for me there. Oh my God. I'm fucking sick.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're so sweet. And thanks again for being our first guest on this thing. Appreciate it.
Thank you.